Hey, welcome to the Nursing Dose with your host, Dr. Farrett Laurent. Today, I want to talk to you about new nurses struggling to get hired, struggling to get interviews, and struggling to land your dream specialty. And today, I'm going to share the top reason why you're not getting hired and some reasons why you're not even getting to the interview stage. But let's focus the top reason on why you're not getting the offer. Okay? So, if you're a new graduate nurse, a senior nursing student, I invite you to join me tomorrow at my next free webinar where I go through this in depth, talk about the top 5 reasons why most new nurses get rejected during the interview process. And I give tips on that and we dive deeper. So if you want to attend this webinar, you got to sign up literally right now. The link is in the bio for TikTok, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and also on YouTube as well. So definitely join tomorrow. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. PST for all my people out on the other coast. All right. So let's get into it. Okay. So for those that are new to the channel, new to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, and you've never heard about me, and you're like, why should I listen to this lady popping up on my screen, right? So I've been a nurse for over 20 years, started out in emergency medicine, and this is the reason why I became a nurse career coach. When I was a nursing student, I had a clinical instructor who literally laughed in my face and told me that I would never be an emergency nurse and that I should stick to med surge and that I was too unorganized and it would never happen. So, of course, I had a choice: listen to her or listen to my heart, listen to what I really wanted to do, and listen to myself, right? So, I had a strong enough mindset and I was, so set on the ER. I knew I belonged in the ER. So I had such strong conviction and, of course, a lot of tenacity. And I'm like, who is this lady to tell me what I can and can't do? So it lit a fire under me. I, of course, applied to be an emergency nurse. Not only did I get interviews, I got 2 offers in the emergency department as a nursing student. Did you hear me? I got hired 20 years ago in Canada as a nursing student in the emergency department, which is unheard of. Okay. Because I didn't even pass my boards at that time. And they typically didn't hire new grads into the ER. We didn't even have a residency program, it did not exist. But because I positioned myself for success, I believed I could get the position. And of course, strategically, I ended up getting my last rotation in the ER. I made it happen because I was super convinced that I was going to be an ER nurse and no one could tell me any different. So then I later promised myself that I would later become an educator, be a cool educator to inspire the next generation of nurses. And then I still saw this happening over and over. Clinical instructors, professors telling new nurses that they can't do this, they can't do that. And I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to accept that old school thinking, that old school narrative. And I'm going to be the one who changes the game for these new nurses. And that's what I'm doing today. I've been doing this for 5 years now as a nurse career coach, giving all the knowledge and experience that I know to help position you for success. And I've actually guided over 200 nurses to land their dream role in specialty areas like the emergency department, the ICU, labor and delivery, NICU, PICU, SICU, all of all of it. Even in community settings, psych, you name it. But it's not just getting into those positions. My clients are getting into those positions in record time. Some as soon as a couple days after graduation, or even as nursing students, they're getting offers, and in less than 90 days. And they're not just getting any position, they're getting positions at big health systems like NYU and Stanford. Okay? So, why are some nursing students and new grads struggling while my clients are actually getting hired faster? As I mentioned, come to this free webinar tomorrow and I'm going to dive deeper. But one of the top reasons, which I'm going to share with you right now, the top reason you're not getting hired is because you are not prepared. Okay? You are not prepared because nursing school did not prepare you to get hired in your preferred specialty. Nursing school only teaches you how to pass the NCLEX, how to take care of patients, and gives you the foundational aspects of nursing so that you can actually deliver care safely. But nursing school doesn't prepare you for the workforce. It does not teach you how to communicate with confidence, how to market and promote yourself. It does not prepare you for interviews. And it doesn't prepare you mentally for the job search process. So, the top reason that you're not getting hired is because you are not prepared. And this is what I do for my clients is I prepare you to be ready for the job search process, for the interview, and we get your mind ready. Because if your mind is not ready in terms of your mindset, your way of thinking, your perspective, if you're not thinking positively and thinking, yes, I can get this, you're not getting the job. If you marinate in all that negativity that's out there, that people are sharing, like, oh, the job market is too competitive. Oh, I'm in New York City or I'm in the Bay Area and I just can't seem to get a job. That's just the way it is. It's oversaturated. You're self-sabotaging and you need to stop. The words that you speak out into the world is very powerful. So you need to only speak positivity, only think positively. And of course, thinking is one thing, but you actually got to take action and help yourself do better, right? You actually have to take action. Most new nurses will send out a couple applications, and actually some send out at least sometimes 30, 50, but they're just sitting back and waiting. Okay? You have to change that mentality of just apply, sit back, and wait. And just, you're going to hear back. Nuh-uh. You have to be proactive in the job search. So this is what I mean when you have to prepare for the job search and also be prepared for the interview process. You have no clue. Most nursing students and new grads are not even sure about what the application process looks like. They don't know what the interview process is going to be like, and they're clueless about what to expect. And it's not your fault. It's just you haven't been trained and prepared to be ready for it. So this is why I created a specific program, create a specific course for this, and a coaching program so that I can guide you step by step so you don't have to do this alone. And like I said, I've guided over 200 new nurses to land their dream role. What have they done that's different, that's getting them hired? Well, of course, number one, they're hiring me as their nurse career coach, right? But they're taking action. They're not waiting around and sitting around. They're moving faster. They know the importance of investing in themselves in terms of investing their time, investing their money, investing in certifications, investing in coaching, and getting prepared ahead of time, not waiting until the last moment to get prepared. Like if you think you're going to prepare when you get the email and they're like, hey, we have an interview next week, or here's your interview in a couple days, if you think that that's when you're going to get prepared for the interview, it's not going to be good for you. It's not going to be a good outcome. Okay. And of course, yes, you could probably get the job, but why would you want to take that risk of not being prepared? And then let's say you've worked so hard to, let's say, try to get this interview, with whether it's like your dream role, right? Maybe it's the ICU, maybe it's labor and delivery or NICU. You work so hard to get to that interview, and now you're there. And then they ask you, hey, tell me about yourself. And then you freeze, or you go blank, or the opposite. You start rambling on and you have no structure. You don't know how to pitch or promote yourself. You don't have an interview pitch. And it goes from bad to worse. Then they start asking you about behavioral style questions. And they're like, hey, tell me a time when you went above and beyond. Or tell me a time when you had to deal with a family member or a patient who wasn't happy with their care, or they're upset. And then you don't have the story together and you're just trying to think about it on the spot. Forget about it. You are not going to get hired. It's going to be a hot mess, and you don't want that for your interview. In the first 5 minutes, I knew. I used to be a director of nursing. I hired multiple nurses. I hired educators, new graduate nurses. I was on many interview panels. So I know what it takes for candidates to get hired. And I know the ones that stand out because I used to be in the hiring process. So within the first 5 minutes of your interview, if you don't do well, they're not going to select you. Okay? So you need to have the interview pitch down. You have to have your behavioral style stories down. And you need to be ready for the clinical style questions, especially if you're trying to get into a critical care area. If you're trying to get into the ICU, which I know many of you are, because it's the number one requested specialty. I know because I speak to hundreds of nurses literally every day, every week, every month. They come to my webinar. ICU is the number one requested, which sometimes ER is up there too, but I would say ICU is the number one. And then ER is a close second. And then the other ones are labor and delivery, like women's health, NICU, postpartum. That's another big area where people are really interested in. And of course, like pediatrics, PICU, and then, med surg and some of the other ones. But it doesn't matter where you go. They're going to ask you clinical style questions. And if you're not ready for them, you're not going to get the job, especially if it's a critical care position. Okay? So that's what I do. Like I said, in my coaching program is I get my clients prepared, and I will grill you. I also have a YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I highly recommend that you subscribe. It's The Nursing Dose with Farah. So go check it out. I have a ton of videos. Don't look at the live streams. Look at the video tab. You'll see all the videos that have created specifically for senior nursing students and new graduate nurses. And I have some specific ones about how to get into the ICU, how to get into the ER, L&D, and many more. And I also have a bunch of interview tips on there as well. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Again, type in my name or simply type in The Nursing Dose with Farah, and you'll see all my videos pop up. But more importantly, you need to sign up for this free webinar that's happening tomorrow. Okay. And let's say you can't attend tomorrow. That's okay. Still sign up, because you'll get notified when the next webinar happens. And you need to sign up quickly, because once it fills up, you'll have to wait for the other ones. How do you sign up? Go to the link in my bio on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, and also on YouTube. You'll see on the bottom in the description, you'll see the webinar link that you can register. And if you can't find it, it's okay. Just go to newnursejob.com. Literally type it in your search bar, newnursejob.com. It'll take you to the page. You'll put your information in, email, phone number, name, and then you'll select tomorrow for the webinar or the next week. Okay. And then you'll also get notified by email when we're about to go live in the Zoom session. And you'll also get a text message reminder. So make sure that you fill out all the information. Okay. So, like I said, the top reason why most new nurses are not getting hired, it's not because you're not smart. It's not any of that. It's because you are not preparing yourself. How do you prepare yourself? You need to start early, okay, in the job search and also prepare for the interview. So I'm going to discuss all this in this free webinar tomorrow and this free training tomorrow, newnursejob.com. Go sign up for it now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have an upcoming interview and you're like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to just go to this webinar and I need to talk to Dr. Farah Laurent right now, simply direct message me on LinkedIn. That's the best place to connect with me. And we'll have a chat and see what we can do. And of course, if you're interested in my coaching program, DM me as well. I'll also discuss that tomorrow at the end of the webinar. I also have an application process. Not everybody is eligible to get into group coaching. And once the cohort closes, you have to wait for the next one. So if you have an upcoming interview, direct message me on LinkedIn. And again, thank you for watching. I got to run. Keep following my content, watch my next lives, and go to my YouTube and subscribe. All right. Thank you so much. And